everybody, it's your girl TaKenyah, and I'm back with another video. Now, before we get started, I am not yelling at the camera, which is what I usually do when I do a video. I'm aware of my flaws. Thanks, Virgo here. I'm not yelling because, first of all, I live with my roommate, who was my best friend, and first of all, it's kind of awkward to even for anybody to even know that I'm recording, so I feel like kind of like constrained, so I can't be like, but then also like I don't want to wake him up because he's sleeping. So I am using my, what they say, inside voice to do this video. Before we get started, I have an announcement. And I don't know if it's good or bad, or I am officially saying peace out. Well, it's not peace out, it's like a hiatus to my soundcloud.com/TaKenyah Talks, my podcast, because I want to focus on YouTube. That is my new passion project. And as you all know, well, if you don't know, I am in college, and so I cannot pay the bill at SoundCloud when I barely post. So February 24th, they will be taking down many hours of my podcast and only leaving up 3 hours worth of podcasting. I'm gonna try and post 2 more podcasts before I leave, and those will be my farewell episodes for now. And I emphasize for now because when I graduate from college and I have a little bit more coin, I definitely will be returning my first love, my baby. But next announcement, first of all, excuse that train. I live by a train, as I did before, but now it's closer. I moved, and this is my new room. You can't really see all of it. I don't want you to see my bed at the moment because it's not made, but that's fine. Well, it may not look different, but it's my new room. I am still kind of moving in, and as you can see, I don't know if y'all see that basket, but I'm still moving in, so there's that. And then last and certainly not least, I love my shirt. No, this is not a plug. No, I was not paid to do this, obviously, because it's already dirty. I was eating, but I have a shirt from my Pride apparel, and I said I was going to wear it in the shirt in my video because I support Black businesses, obviously. Power to the people. Anyway, yes, this is from my Pride apparel, unapologetically Black and proud, you know. So y'all make sure y'all go support them because they're a Black owned business and they stand for something that I stand for. I have another shirt. I'll probably wear that in the next video. It's very similar to this one. But yeah, so as you can tell by the title of this video and every other video that I do, I'm transparent about a lot of things. But before we get into the transparency of this video, I think I have an update. I have lost a significant amount of weight, and I wanted to do an update because I haven't really talked about it recently, even though I said that I would. But I have definitely still been on my exercise journey. If you go on my Instagram, I will link that in the description box below. You can see my updates, my videos, of which I post often and all the time, and you can see where, you know, what I've been doing, little snippets. I don't post every exercise that I do, but what I want you to see, you will see it on my Instagram. So you can keep up with my weight loss journey on my Instagram, and I will also talk about it on here from time to time, and I'm going to insert a picture so you can see the kind of weight loss difference that I noticed. So moving on to the gist of this video, I did this video not only because of my shirt, but because of my last video when I talked about reasons you can unsubscribe from my channel. And I know that, you know, a lot of people agree with me, so I didn't get a lot of unsubscribers. I actually got more subscribers, which is dope. I have to be honest in saying that I wasn't just born like that, you know, and I wasn't always woke per se. I wasn't even aware of the systemic oppression that has happened, and I have to attribute a lot of what I've learned from surroundings, from school, from friends, just a lot of things. Especially, I think I was aware of the Black issue, but I wasn't aware of the Black woman LGBT issue that I have incorporated into my activism, or whatever you want to call it. I have definitely incorporated that into my everyday being. But this video is for me to be transparent and saying I wasn't here. I was here mentally, and I'm not even where I need to be, but I wasn't always where I am now, as far as my walk, as far as how I feel about how I would like to see society change. So with that being said, let me take you on back, rewind. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, and I lived on the west side of Detroit for up till about, I think, the 5th or 6th grade. And I lived in a very urban area. I wouldn't say it was most certainly wasn't impoverished. It was like, I mean, it was the hood. It was the hood. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yes, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
I go from Schoolcraft in North Line, and on the weekends I would go see my other grandma on Finkel 401. So if you from Detroit and you know what I'm talking about, yes, I am a hood hopper. I'm from both sides. I rep Finkel and I rep Schoolcraft. Fight me. Not really. I know shooters and stuff. I don't want no smoke. But I was raised on the west side of Detroit, born and raised till about the 6th grade. And we moved to a suburb in Michigan called Farmington, and I ended up going to middle school there. And my transition was tough because, first of all, I'm not big on change. It's very, very hard for me to kind of change my life around, but it was a culture shock. I was raised in the hood, and in the hood you hear things about rich white people, you know, like it's a different kind of community. It's the hood. And if you're from where I'm from, or if you're from a predominantly black area that doesn't have a lot of resources, then you know. Like, I don't even have to explain it to you. But if you don't know, it's not what they portray on the TV. It's not everybody out here trying to fight. Niggas is really just trying to survive, especially in Detroit. And if you come and you fuck with that family or whatever, you're gonna get the worst out of them. And there's, you know, gangs and stuff like that. But just as much as there are gangs and violence or whatever you want to call it, those very same gangs, those very same drug dealers, those very same people will help you. You know, I was raised right next door or right down the street from a drug house, but those very same people looked out for me, you know. So it's not how it's portrayed and glorified and demonized in the media. And I would never ever even sit here and talk bad on my hood. Now, I haven't been there in years, so I don't know what it's like now, but I still talk to a lot of people and they're still living. So I ended up moving to the suburbs in about 6th grade, and that was a task, honey. I was fighting every bit of it. I wanted to go into the hood. My Facebook statuses make me cringe when I look back at statuses from like 7 years ago. I was struggling, honey. I need to post old statuses in there so y'all saw how bad it was. Like, when I tell you embarrassing, I used to type with exclamation points as I's and Z's. I'll post some stuff in here, you'll see. But anyway, my transition into the suburbs and middle school was kind of tough, but I made some friends. I made mostly black friends. I had a Indian friend, and I was cool. I mean, I had no beef with no white people, but I didn't have white friends per se. But what happened was, and this is where my coon came around, because I don't think I was ever, when I lived in Detroit, I wasn't a coon. I wasn't even aware of hierarchy and being bad. I wasn't aware because I was just in my element of Detroit, so I didn't know that there was like this hierarchy of a better life. So when I moved to the suburbs, I noticed that they, you know, acted a little differently. They weren't as aggressive. Well, at least the people that I met. And there was definitely a distinct difference in personality, in class, and the way I was treated. And at first I didn't like it, but the older I got, I kind of sort of, I'm just gonna call it what it is. I kind of adhere to the normalities of white supremacy. Sorry, I got distracted. When I moved out to the suburbs, I was trying to get cool with everybody. I was trying to be, you know, but by the time I got to high school, I would say that I was a coon. Like, I was like shaming black people, and I was like, y'all niggas too busy buying weed, but you niggas can't do this and that, or I'm not finna go hang out with them because they not doing what I'm doing, so fuck them niggas. Or I was, you know, I'm not hanging out with them because they hood and they ain't got nothing going for their life. Now, mind you, before I even moved to Farmington, I fucked with everybody. But it was because I was exposed to hierarchy. I was exposed to the negative connotation that's painted in the suburbs towards the people who are from there. So it was quick for me to kind of change my personality and my persona, and it went from, you know, TaKenyah, the hood bitch from Detroit, to, oh, I don't do those others. I don't do them. And I changed. I was a coon. I did not like niggas. If you go back to my old statuses, I said some very, very, very bad things. And I always say that I am very happy that happened to me, because when I got to college, that's when I had to have two sides of the spectrum to understand what was going on and what happened to me, because I had to internalize and understand that I had a hate for people who literally did nothing to me. I had a negative feeling. I felt like I was better than, or I was too good for people who I was once good for. So I didn't understand what the hell happened to me in the span of, you know, the transition from the hood to the burbs. I didn't know what that was. I didn't even have a name for it. I now understand that it was white supremacy and the toxicness of it. But prior to that, I didn't understand. I really didn't. It was just a matter of me understanding that there was a switch in the paradigm, a paradigm shift in how I kind of identify myself, and whatever it was, it made me dislike these people who I once identified with. And now that I'm in college and I'm giving you these words that I have, it's very easy for me to identify where that self-internalized racism happened to me, where the self-internalized classism happened to me. And I still, you know, kind of struggle with the classism, because, you know, I'm blessed in ways that other people are not, and there are some things that I don't understand, but I understand that that's a privilege that other people don't have. And that's why that's my passion, because I'm able to see, okay, you don't understand this person because that is where you are in life, and it doesn't matter if it's here or not. There's no hierarchy. It's just that that's where you are in your walk, and this is where you are in your walk, and there's something in the middle that's kind of causing a miscommunication. So I make this video to just say I was once a coon. Anyway, I had to end the video. I'm just telling my truth. Really what just happened was a cat was in my window, and it shook the fuck out of me, honey. Anyway, this video is over. I'll do a part 2 when I'm not shook no more, okay? But thank you so much for watching. I am TaKenyah, host of TaKenyah Talks podcast. Go to soundcloud.com/TaKenyah Talks, and yeah, that's it.